I mean, Blitz is basically over now. So we got to do a team update. Best team in Madden. And I will say this. I enjoyed Blitz. I enjoyed what it brought to us. There just wasn't a ton of like top end cards. There's some other good cards, some cheaper cards, some deals to be had. But we'll go over everything. We'll see how we did in Weekend League. We're going to show you a nice, fun gameplay. Let's go check out the team. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? It is Best Team in Madden, where we do a lineup update. Talk about the cards that came out, why we got some, why we didn't, talk about abilities, all that sort of stuff. Now, before we get into it, MaddenTurf.com still has our 50% off membership sale going on. Use code Black Friday, all one word. They don't allow spaces for whatever reason, to go get that. And then check the pinned comment as well for the Discord and the link to sign up for Underdog Fantasy. Play against me, beat me, help me, teach me. Go to the Discord, give me some plays. 500 likes on this video, and we're gonna take it out and see. So Weekend League obviously finished. We got 18 wins, which is not bad. We had some really tough games here. We'll just say we had some really tough games. So I'm happy with how we finished. No complaints there. I think we were, our SOS was really high. At 95, so we're at 77. So again, basically the same rewards as last week. One more win would have been nice, but hey, it is what it is. I really only care about the monthly awards there. Now we'll check out the team. Again, Blitz came. Blitz is basically going. Two cards we did not pick up were Lamar and Montez Sweat. Didn't really see a need for them. They don't really fit what we want to do with the team. But we got a lot of cards this week. Maybe not all Blitz cards. Quenton Nelson came out. Picked him up. Actually, we pulled him. Rodney Hudson. We switched from Pouncey to Hudson. We actually made coins on that deal, which is kind of weird. But we got Hudson. And then we picked up Dan Dierdorf as well. Hey. Middle of the week, we had picked up Rob Gronkowski's LTD and then announced Kyle Pitts. So I sold the Gronk LTD to pay for Pitts' LTD, and Pitts is fine. I'll tell you this, and he's good. He's good. He's good. But if you block a lot, your tight end, he's probably not the right guy for you. I would go someone else. Big problem there. He didn't really break a lot of tackles. So it is what it is. We got two running backs, Bo Jackson and Roger Craig. Thunder and lightning? Probably so. Bo played well. Bo did exactly what I would have expected him to do. He got more carries throughout the weekend, again, as the power back. He's going to get the touchdowns, the short yardage plays, and all that for me. But again, of course, Raiders theme team. Bo was good. I know some people mentioned his spin not being great and some other stuff. Maybe dropping passes. I didn't really experience a lot of that because that's not how I played with him. And then we have Roger Craig, who I really liked. Now the bonus to having Roger Craig is backfield mismatch for 1 on him, which is pretty cool. And again, a little bit slower, but a lot of the same card here. Truly very similar card to Bo, just a different archetype. And well, Raj played really well. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that when we go look at the stats here. Quarterback, no change. But again, only 2 blitz players on offense. Not much, right? AP wise, what did we do this weekend? Well, we did this. Marino, same thing. Armstead with all day. Keyshawn with deep out. Roger Craig, backfield mismatch. Robbie, deep out. Bo, I try an armbar on him. Still don't know if that's good or not. Fool me once on Rodney Hudson. Again, just trying different abilities. Dierdorf had all day, and Brandon Marshall had a red zone threat. Still like red zone threat, though I will say it got me into trouble at certain points because, well, I just fired one up. Yeah, it's just the truth. Defensively, who did we add from blitz? There's no one you see on the screen. But we did pull Chris Jones, and I really, really like this card. I know he kind of goes against what I normally like. I like speed. You like speed. But I don't know something about this card. Big, fat. We like big and fat down there. 96 block shed, 97 power move, 91 finesse move. We're going to show you the stats, and you're going to be like, that's pretty good for a DT. Otherwise, we didn't add anyone visibly here. Okay. We did pick up Jason Taylor. I did not play with him, though. Again, that's on my fault. And then we'll look at our AP situation here for the weekend as well. Defense was pretty standard. Reach elite, run stopper, inside stuff. Unpredictable, reach elite, run stopper. Unpredictable, reach elite, defensive rally. Reach elite on Troy P. And then acrobat on Diablo. But we obviously did get this strong safety Bo as well for free card, right? So we picked him up. We sold Jabril Peppers. Bo did this Bo card is really quite good. Surprisingly, right? Was anyone else surprised how good this card played? I was. But again, partial theme team here. So 96 speed for us, 90 zone, 94 hit power, and again, other good stats. 93 block shed, 82. Just a really, really solid card all around. Big fan of that card. But let's take a look at some of the key stats to see how did people do. Now, of course, I repeat, I hate that we can't see defensive line min stats ends, basically, right? But we'll take a look here. Kyle Pitts. This is a big, expensive card. Now, I don't throw to my tight end a ton. I'll be honest. But we see here he had 2 broken tackles and 20 catches. That's not a lot, really. Like, it's really not a lot. Again, I didn't throw to him a ton, but I maybe would have expected a little more. What do you mean by more? Well, let's go find someone like Gronk, right? Who I feel like also does pretty well. Pitt's average, what, 11, 12, 13 yards a catch. Gronk here, 14 yards a catch, as we can see. 22 broken tackles. So Gronk was breaking basically twice as many tackles, or is twice as likely to break a tackle as well. So I noticed that for sure. I noticed Pitts got open a little more on some of the wheel routes and stuff, but small difference there. Chris Jones. Now this is the card here, right? So the stats, I don't know how we got this many games played. 26. I must have been playing house rules or something and I didn't realize it, because we did not play all of weekend league with him. I know that for sure. I want to say this is more like 15 games. And in these 15 games, look at these stat numbers here. From a D tackle, 19 sacks, 16 like he did a lot of stuff. Those are really, really solid numbers for pure DT. For sure. Again, Jamal Adams feels a little disappointing to me. It is what it is. Quenton Nelson blocked well, actually, for us. Shout out to him. 1 sack in 15 games. Again, I got him and Chris Jones like at the same time, so I must have been doing something else. Really good numbers there. Old Roger Craig, and you're gonna see something here and be like, that doesn't make sense. Rushing the ball, right? 35 carries for 117 is not a high yards per carry. I know it's not, and I'm not worried about that. Again, I'm not trying to run the ball with him a lot, but we see 8 broken tackles on 35 carries. That's outstanding. And then here, 6 broken tackles on 34 catches. Again, outstanding. Broke a lot of tackles, and that's more what I really noticed. He did drop one pretty egregious drop that actually should have cost us a game, but it didn't because our opponent choked. So good for them. And then we got Bo here. Again, I like the way Bo played. Rushing the ball. Again, look at the broken tackles and rushing attempts. Completely different. Roger broke more tackles for sure. But Bo, no fumbles. Averaging 5 yards a carry. Again, power back, 24 touchdowns there. A couple catches here and there we threw to him as well for a little bit. He did all right. Was catching the ball there. I know that was kind of a general thing. People are like, I don't really like the way that Bo catches the ball. And the other card here I want to talk about is Dierdorf. We picked him up, and 2 sacks allowed, and again, we'll just call it 25 games here, probably something along that line. Played pretty well, man. These guys played pretty well. But let's head into the game. Again, I like these guys. The market crashed. Most of these cards were really cheap. The Jamal Adams and the Robbie Anderson are still overpriced. I think Kyle Pitts is overpriced. If you want to pay those prices, by all means, go for it. But Jamal Adams doesn't do all that different than old Jesse Bates did, to be honest. And Jesse Bates is like a 12th of the price. So let's hop into a game. Let's take a look at this and we will walk you through it. So there's quite a few games we could have picked from this weekend. We recorded some that were like, would have made me look really, really good, and some that would have made me look really, really bad. But they're all like against bunch and stuff. And we've seen that a lot. And what I like to do with these gameplays is use them as like learning experiences, teaching tools and some of that stuff. So we played Merksta here, and I've played him before. I haven't played him this year, but it's been a while. I know he's a pretty decent player, right? I don't know how he's been doing in the competitive scene lately, but I also feel like he was someone that also runs different things as well. So I was like, okay, great. You know, this is someone I feel like is more on that a different and off meta sort of creative side. So I was really curious to see what he's going to be doing. I haven't seen him play all year long. So I didn't really know what to expect in this game, right? Again, 20 of the games are pretty standard in Weekend League, and there's a couple different ones here. So he was running double A gap differently than I had seen it run against me. So again, I wasn't really sure what to do, what to attack. Again, he's using a lot of mana line in this game. So we have to do like nickel dog mag. Who calls that? I've never seen anyone call that before, but he called it. So again, it's trying to figure out like, what is he really doing here? You know, I don't know. I mean, at least he's bringing the safety up. Is he running mid blitz? I don't know. So again, instead of trying to force stuff, I'm playing very, for me, basic on offense. Like I want to see where his user goes. I want to see what his adjustments might be and all that sort of stuff. So again, just learning, since this is different than normal, we have to sort of take it in stride, and I want to see what he's got, basically, right? Again, when I see his user in a certain place, there's stuff we can do, another stuff we can't do. We get the batted ball down. Again, that happens quite often. I know some people get upset about the batted balls. It's pretty common. I wouldn't be upset about it, because you're gonna have some go your way too. I promise you, just forget about it, for sure. But again, so playing, I'm really just scrolling through all of my plays to see like what works and what doesn't at this point. As long as we don't get into like a really bad situation here, I'm okay with that. And again, putting everything out there, right? What does his user follow the wheel? Does his user follow the drag? Does the user jump back to the post? We're really, really, really kind of just a stress test, sort of, if you know what that means. So again, let's go to something else and see here. And this worked last time, and so we can sort of push this up here. And I thought we were going to be able to fight and break through there. We didn't quite get there. Even though the ball is clearly over the line, it is what it is. I checked to see if he had inside stuff. He didn't, and he has a really good gap shoot. He stops us. First drive stops. Now, I will say this. Me running the ball for the first time on a 4th and inches is a really dumb call. The reason why it's a really dumb call is because we do not know what his run defense is. If you don't know what it is, you could turn the ball over real easy, like we just did there. So I probably should have tested his run D at some other point here as well. Again, that's when I talk about Jamal Adams being like slightly late, plays like that, I feel like he should be there. Again, he's in Y trips. This used to be a pretty popular formation, not so much this year. And so I was like, okay, this is different, right? And he just ran stick on me. I was like, stick. It's like that looked like a corner route or something there. And I think it is because he's got Herbert, so he can do something there. But like that route is just, it's just getting open on us, you know? Okay, all right. So do we keep letting him do it, or are we going to adjust? So I start to adjust by putting the curl flat out there, which is going to then deter, and we're going to get the sack. Again, learning the adjustments. You got me once, you got me twice. Again, that's fine. You're going to get me on plays every time. But we're gonna put it up there, and the big sack really helps us out here. And then another one. So I feel like what he was doing here, just for you guys reference, is he's clearly sliding his line or to the right. I think here, if you see the screen, he's doing something he did the wrong pass protection here, because it basically just allowed Khalil Mack to just fly in free. And he does this again at another point in time. So what I like to do on defense a lot of times is kind of just change my crashes up. Crash left, crash right, crash down, crash up. Again, just to see what's there. And I thought I protected the sticks, and I might have. But he pulled out a new play. Again, at a really crucial moment in time. He rolled out. I didn't contain. Perfect formula for honestly picking up a clutch first down there, honestly. So again here, I'm still just going to be watching the running back. That's where my concern is. And right there, it's exactly where he goes. We get pressure because we have to contain this time. And things work out well for us. Right? So again, we look here and we're going to see now, hey, we have contains, right? He just rolled out on us. Let me put contains on the field. And that's exactly what causes this, or else this is probably completed. Maybe not completed, but again, he rolls into a contain, throws the ball, gives you a bad pass. We pick it up. I'm not trying to get out of the end zone there. So even though he got that stop on us, we get the stop right back. Okay, we adjusted well twice. We adjusted to whatever route he was running with Kyle Pitts very well. And then we adjusted by putting the contains in there, because seeing he likes to roll. And again, in the red zone, a lot of people like to roll. So it's just a smart idea to have the contains there just in case. They don't always work, don't get me wrong, but again, it's very helpful. So we're playing the game. We're learning what he wants to do, what he likes to do. And we need to make that work for us. So again, I'm still really trying to learn what he's doing here. And because his user goes out of the way, I feel like I can attack where his user normally would be. And that's all I'm watching there, is where that JC Horn user is. Is he coming down? Is he going back? Is he following a flat route? Again, I gave him like a high-low there with the running back on the angle route, just as a test to see where he's going to go. And it worked out well. So here, now we run the ball. Again, Roger Craig, 3 carries, 4 yards now. Not much, but we're just seeing, like, did that work? Did he blow up the run? And so normally if I'm stress testing someone's run defense, I'm going to do it on first down so that I'm not in that bad situation, right? Where, yeah, things can go pretty bad. And so right here, nice little post. We're able to pick it up. Really, it's a tough read for me sometimes to throw that on verticals, because sometimes he goes straight, sometimes he goes to the post. You just don't really know. But since I guess it was match, he went on the post, I guess, or else we were going to have to try to throw that wheel route there, which might not have worked. I feel like sometimes those balls just get lofted. But either way, it works. We're moving the ball. I won't be able to clock him out. We can pretty much tell that here. It'll be really difficult. I'm still going to try to just run the ball in here. And this is where Bo comes in, right? Again, let's see what Bo can do. Doesn't break a tackle there. Again, is he going to break every tackle? No. People would be upset by that. I mean, it's Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott can tackle him just fine. But again, like, okay, was that a block shed or was that good run D? I don't know. So what do we do there? We're just gonna run the ball again. Let's see, right? Let's see, because now I gotta start to feel like okay, well, one of them was a block shed. When he didn't get that random shed, oh, we made a pretty good run on the play there, right? We only need 2 yards. What do you want to do here? Do you want to pass? Again, I feel like his pass defense is going to be a little tough. He's done a decent job really confusing me on what to do up to this point. So again, I'm just like, I'm going to run again. I've played against 3-3-5 wide plenty of times. And again, this is a situation where I would have said, man, Bo should have got in there. It's Dion. But I didn't truck or anything either. So is he just supposed to run over him? Maybe. But again, in 3-3-5 wide, I feel really good running the ball. So no worries there. We get up 7. We were right that his first stop on the run there was just a block shed. And, you know, sometimes that happens. I'm not going to let it deter me. I've played against 3-3-5 wide so many times. I've ran the ball against it so many times. And there was only 1 or 2 people who were just like smashed me when I was trying to run the ball like that with that defense. They've incredible anticipation and user. I forget who they are, but they was like, oh, okay, we got to figure something else out, you know? So we get up 7. We had ball first as well. So we're not really at an advantage or a disadvantage. We're just sort of holding the door basically at this point. So can we stop him here? I mean, his first drive would have been probably points if, I don't know, a bad read. You don't get very many bad reads from decent players. So you got to take advantage of it and see what he wants to do. And again, I feel like I've seen the plays he likes, and that's fine, but I should have really clicked on to Richard Seymour there. That's an underrated thing that people don't do. Like watch, like as he runs out again, the contain chases him. I should be clicking on here, right? I should be clicking on to Seymour and dive tackling him, or earlier, but we don't. So the computer doesn't really do much sometimes. Whatever. Live and learn. So again, like, what's he trying to do here? And pain. That happens to all of us. Whatever. We continue. So the one thing we don't have set up right now is defense for that deep route. But we fire in and get the sack there. Now, I'll tell you, something I should have done here is call timeout. Because again, I don't have my zone drop set at all to defend him here. We don't have anything set here. So we're just gonna let him. Yep. And that's a huge mistake. It's honestly a really rookie mistake here. And a veteran play by him, right? And so what I mean by a veteran play here, let's go back to the 3rd down. So he probably has an idea of what we're trying to do or not trying to do here. I'm sure he's watching where our zones are going and how they're dropping. So he does a good job of like hurrying up to not give me the opportunity to adjust potentially, right? If I call timeout, he can call the same play, but maybe as a different other route on the field there. But he knows. He knows. Great, smart, great play. Phenomenal play by him. Terrible play by me. It is what it is. Huge mistakes. Those are huge mistakes. Those are game-changing mistakes, because we would have had the ball probably, and this game might have been over pretty quickly. Instead, it's not. And we just chased the crosser. That's normally what your user should be doing. We chased the crosser there pretty easy. Not a very good play drawn up there, honestly. I don't know what that was. Just a bad there. But then again, goes back to here, and we are ready for it this time. The reason it worked for us this time is real simple, right? He's on the short side here. Okay. And he throws it a little too early. If he throws it like a second later, he actually needs the corner to cut back forward. So as he's throwing it right here, and I'm not sure if he didn't pass lead it up or whatnot, he should be open. He should be open, but he's not. And that's fine. We'll take it. Very, very key thing there. And it's another reason why playing the hash marks is super, super important. You got to know where you are and all that. So here we have a very tough decision to make. Do I try to get 7 or do I try to get 3 here? Again, we have enough time for a play, so I have no problem here. Again, he gets the ball. So 2 possessions is fine. So I literally just draw something up to pick up a few yards instead of going for the touchdown or anything. Let me just get in field goal range. Again, what I drew up there was verticals. It was really simple. It's a really simple read for me. Again, I noticed that he is normally on the right side of the screen. So I want to attack the flat over there. If his user's not there, it's going to be wide open. And plus, since it's a real quick, easy read, if it's not there, I can just get rid of the ball and we can actually have one more chance to move the ball at 10 yards, right? Don't have to. We get the 3. We go up 10-0 at half. And I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. No issues. You know, I think he's played okay. I think we've played okay. He's made really just kind of bad passes. 3 bad passes up to this point. And he's still in the game. So credit to him. I guess so, right? The run stop on the first drive was huge. But the rest of it, not so much just yet. But again, he's playing different. And that's what I always appreciate. If I play someone and they play differently, I think I'm going to enjoy the game, the chess match of it all too, because I have no idea what he really wants to do. So again, here, this is exactly what we were talking about, gentlemen. I want you to see this again. I'm just to make the reference of it. You see the ball's hiked on the left hash mark instead of the right hash mark. So this time that corner route is able to go deeper, right? And now it's open. Interesting how that works, right? So good for him. But now Keyshawn's got double me, I think it was. I was pretty scared of it because I mean, you could just lob the ball up. But again, see there, he runs it from the right hash and it's completely covered. Completely covered. He should, if he has such a route, he should be flipping the play, right? He should be. Unless he has something else that he really likes to that particular side. Again, like right there, I don't know how he caught that, but he did. Regardless, who cares? He had double me, so he probably would have caught it regardless. But running that route to that side, like I'm picking up on it, right? I'm understanding what's going on, and he should be too. And that's a smart play. Play the flat. We haven't been really covering the flat much at all. Again, he hurries up because he feels like, hey, this guy's zone drops are pretty weak, so maybe I'll be able to just, you know, fit something in there real quick. And all that, and I can't believe I wasn't able to get there. His little stutter there with the quarterback sort of faked me out, and it made me hesitate, honestly. So as he gets there, I wasn't sure, do I chase him? And he stopped, and by the time he stopped, and he highballed it too. See, like there was no way for me to get the ball. Really smart play. Good stick, good pass. Good high pass. Can't hate on that. Just good play. Good play. So it's 10-7. And again, you know, we're going to get the ball here. Blah, blah, blah. Let me just fast forward. Don't need to see all that. So you run into certain situations here where it's, do I clock the game out or what? And right here, Ted Hendricks loops around. This hadn't happened all game long. I don't know what was going on. Ted Hendricks just crushed us there, and then again he's leaving one side wide open, and I don't blame him for leaving one side of the flats wide open. A lot of people do that. It's probably based on his zone drops there, I would assume, as he goes to 3-3-5. But you know, make it easy. And then the running back wheel, it's like the deadliest throw in all the game. Wheel routes consistently, no matter where they are, wheel routes will destroy you. So you got to make sure that you're covering them somehow. People don't run them every play, but when they're out there, you need to make sure they're there. Bad run, terrible run. That's actually terrible run stick. Again, we're not really running the ball a lot anyway, but I like to, in these situations, I do enjoy running the ball on first down to ensure some clock. So I'm not trying to clock him out, but I'm definitely willing to, you know, take a little bit of clock. Now here is a lesson learned for myself on this play, and I want to show this to you guys. Far too often, I really hesitate at this point throwing the ball. I mean, everything is pretty covered, right? This is pretty good defense. But what happens eventually is the running back normally stops his route, and he always stops right about there, right? 10, 25, 30 yards downfield. And I never throw him the ball. Even though I have the crosser going over the top, carrying the safety away, I never throw the running back the ball. Not that I could have there, but just generally I don't. So we get to 3rd and 16. All right, let's go to the 4th quarter. Let's see what we can draw up here. I don't have to get all the yards this play either. I'm going to go for it on 4th down. Like, well, of course we're going to go for it on 4th down here. So again, it's open. It's so open. The touchdown was there for us, but pressure comes. Ted Hendricks. Again, where's it? I don't know what's happening, but it's happening. So, whatever. I know exactly what happens on this play. I totally remember this as well. So again, I do the in route and the crossing route just to make people guess, and he just doesn't turn back to the in route. The smart route ins are really difficult to stop generally. You'll see a lot of really good players do them. You should probably incorporate them as well, especially in this down and distance, because at this point, he honestly 100 he should pick this off or swat it or something. He should. We shouldn't be able to pick up this 1st down, but by the time he gets to the same mark, he's just too far. Like the change in direction in the game just doesn't allow it. So it is a very clutch play. Again, it's something a lot of people use. It's what makes Flood a really good play at a bunch as well. A lot of people do it with Z spot as well. Backside ins, so good. So good. Those digs, great routes. So again here, let's run the ball, right? I'm not trying to clock out, but I'm gonna take some clock with me. Regardless of what happens, I like to steal that 30 seconds on those 1st downs on these types of drives when we have the lead. If I didn't have the lead, it'd be a little different, right? So again here, just be patient, and finally I am patient enough to hit the flat route as it waits. Normally what happens with those cloud flats, they come down, they play it really well, but then they'll back up. And if you can make that read, that's a back-breaking type read constantly. So again, what do we do 1st down? We're gonna run the ball. Am I trying to clock it out? Not really. There's armbar. Looks pretty good there, didn't it? Looked pretty good, didn't it? Right? Throw him to the ground. Look at this. Look at Bo. Just looks pretty good there. Now the question here: would you have liked to score here or not? Well, yeah. I can take 7. Give me 7 at any point in time. 7 is the most important thing that you can have. If we don't get in there, we're at the 2-minute warning. As long as we score 7 here, it's no harm, no foul, right? But that's not a guarantee. You've played in the red zone in this game. It can be really tough at times. Really tough, especially against good players. So whatever it takes to get in here, we're going to try to get in here for sure, because that's the key. But thankfully for us, it doesn't really matter. All we took was the 2-minute warning in 20 seconds. But to put us up 2 scores, he still has his timeouts. So if he scores here, we still got to play again. So the game is indeed not over at all. So we're going to make sure that we have our zone drops. They're set to 20. Again here, I'm thinking that corner route. That corner route's going to get us. But he also has double me. So not really sure like what to do. So we're just going to double him up. We man up Bo to him. If he wants to hit us with the route, that sort of tight end corner route, go for it. But he's actually worried about other stuff there. And again, that's fine. Throw the ball inbounds, take the clock, totally fine with it. So again, him having this corner route here isn't really going to do much to us. And because he didn't throw to Keyshawn, he's actually deactivated now. So that puts us in a pretty good spot. But that 20-yard corner route right there, it just allows us to get there. And what I did this play in particular here, I wasn't sure if Woodson was going to be able to really pick it off. So instead of going for the catch, which we may have caught it at a bounds or something like that, I just went for the swat, right? Like I may not catch it, but you're definitely not catching it. And I think SWAT is a little underrated. Sometimes we go for picks. We shouldn't go for picks. SWAT's a pretty powerful tool. People don't use it enough, in my opinion. So again, we should be set up just fine here. We don't have to double Keyshawn anymore because he doesn't have double me. So we just go back to our basic defense that we were running the whole time here. And then again, who's there? Chris Jones, Richard Seymour. Those guys are just in the mix constantly. We get him to fourth down. He can't use his timeouts. He keeps trying the same play with, I guess it's 2 crossing routes, just not really there, because then he just has to throw it, and he just drops it. It wasn't a bad pass. It was actually a really tight window, but that does cause the game to end. It was a good game, a good opponent. I love playing against the differentness of it. So shout out to him. All respect to him, playing different, doing his own thing. I know I try to do my own thing a lot of times too. So I love it. I think there's a couple things in there. Again, his biggest downfall, in my opinion, in the game was throwing that corner out on the short side. If he doesn't do that, the game might be a little bit different. If he's more of a play flipper, again, it might be a little bit different too, because then I really have to guard the flat differently, you know? And maybe something like a 4 verticals, or somehow having a crossing route coming from right to left on the screen would have been really helpful too. That wasn't a thing. I don't think I ran my user across the left hash basically the entire game. So either way, I love you guys. Be great. I'm out. Peace.